Metro Man vs. Invincible Universe.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
In the fight against the Guardians, let's replace Omni-Man with Metro Man. His first opponent is Red Rush or Red Wind, to which, according to a statement by Cecil, Bulletproof is as fast as Red Rush and Bulletproof is stronger and faster than the Immortal, being constantly compared to early career Invincible, the same Invincible who flew from Earth to the Moon in approximately 15 or 20 seconds. Now Metro Man, when it comes to speed, references many times. When Metro Man activated his super speed, hours passed for him, and in the real world less than 1 second. In other words, temporal freezing effect. But understand one thing, it's not a time-stopping ability like Dio Brando. He's just fast enough that things around him can't keep up with his speed. And with that, Metro Man went to a park, then went to a library reading about 6 books. That's counting what he reads in the cafeteria. Then he went to his own monument, and as we saw at the beginning of the movie, it's about 2 or 3 km from Megamind's tower. And finally he returned to Megamind's tower with the idea of faking his death. But here's the thing. This wasn't a feat dozens, hundreds or thousands of times the speed of light. The best practical example of this is Quicksilver from X-Men, to which our dearly departed Joe Justo Pierce calculated this speed. This is Quicksilver's best scene. He saves several people from an explosion that should last in real time about 0.1 seconds, but from Quicksilver's perspective takes approximately 2 minutes. That's a factor of 1200. If he travels 1 km going and coming back, saving all these people, then his speed was 4% the speed of light. 4% the speed of light is about 35,000 times the speed of sound. If Quicksilver was able to do all that in approximately 2 minutes and still time was extremely slow in his perspective, then to generate the time stop effect, Metro Man needs to be double or a bit more than Quicksilver's speed, between 5 to 10% the speed of light. In summary, you don't need to be faster than light to recreate Metro Man's feat. And what proves this is literally in the movie itself. Megamind's death ray is described as being an extremely powerful laser, powered by the sun's energy, meaning it's a light attack. And this laser was seen in slow motion by Metro Man himself. If Metro Man saw the laser in slow motion and not frozen, this means he has a speed close to or equivalent to light. This is more than enough to do what he did on screen. No need to go beyond that. This just means we have no idea what the speed of light is. We have no notion of what that is. In other words, the fight against Red Rush or almost all the global Guardians would be much more balanced than you're imagining. But Red Rush's weakness is that he's not that strong, just like Green Ghost, Aquarius and Martian Man. And using War Woman as a base, who lifted half of an enormous skyscraper and still threw it very far, I'd say about 500 meters. And assuming Metro Man is stronger than War Woman, let's assume here, let's be humble 10 times, let's put him 10 times superior. That would give Metro Man the capacity to lift millions of tons. That's if we're being humble without extrapolations. Besides, the movie implied that the death ray wouldn't kill Metro Man, an explosion that totally destroyed a small mountain. In other words, in theory, he can resist an explosion of kilotons of TNT easily, okay. And now talking about his heat vision, we'll have to use War Woman as a base again, who wrote her name across an entire city block. If Metro Man is more powerful, then his heat vision should be more potent, enough to do this on a larger scale. So we can conclude that they would be the first to fall, no way around it. But then comes Martian Man and the Immortal, the heavy hitters. The Immortal who can briefly fight against Omni-Man, and briefly also against a variant of Invincible, who should be at least a bit superior to the original Invincible from the first season. The same Invincible who stopped the trajectory of a fucking meteor that was going to crash into Earth. The same goes for our Walmart Wonder Woman, who can for some moments rival Omni-Man. For some moments, okay. This means the two are superior to first season Invincible, but below mid to high level Viltrumites. So yes, the fight would be well balanced. Individually against the weaker ones like Green Ghost, Aquarius, Martian Man and Darkwing, Metro Man has more powers, more abilities, more feats and is superior. But starting with Red Rush, the fight gets more balanced. Metro Man is still superior in abilities and feats, but in speed they rival each other. Still, Metro Man has much better chances. Now against the Immortal and Martian Woman things get more tense. In combat there's no way around it. The two are much better than Metro Man, but because of his powers and slightly better feats, the scale weighs more towards Metro Man, but with great difficulty. Want more proof? According to a statement by Nolan, Black Samson has no chance against any of the global Guardians in their first formation. And according to another statement by Art, Black Samson's armor grants him the power to destroy a city. The guy considered weak and even mocked for losing his powers can destroy a city, and he has no chance against any of the Guardians. Look how absurd that is. This means that if everyone comes down killing on Metro Man, he can't handle it. Simple as that. It's proven in the Invincible arcs that if the global Guardians were smarter, they could indeed defeat Omni-Man. Said and done, this really happened. First, Green Ghost managed to phase through him and damage him. Then Martian Woman went there and knocked him out. Conclusions: Metro Man wins against everyone with difficulty varying from low to very high, but against all of them he loses. Now yes, the fight everyone was waiting for, starting with Nolan Grayson, an elite Viltrumite filter with thousands of years of experience in fights, wars, and everything. Nolan has already waged war, participated in massacres, decimated planets, was trained since very young and has much more combat experience. The biggest threat Metro Man ever faced was a blue guy from Sierra who plays villain but is actually a good guy. There's no discussion here. Metro Man is a kid compared to Nolan. A kid in brute strength, Omni-Man has already claimed to have stopped the trajectory of a Texas-sized meteor. A meteor with these proportions is ridiculous. The force he used for this is absurd. This surpasses many times the theoretical strength Metro Man would have. In physical resistance, Nolan tanked an extremely powerful laser that swept several blocks of distance, and not once but twice. And all this for the most expensive nosebleed in history. And comparing the two explosions here, there's no way. Omni-Man took a stronger hit. You can see that the explosion radius of Omni-Man extended for kilometers and generated a much stronger shockwave. Besides, Omni-Man together with two more Viltrumites destroyed planet Viltrum, and he withstood temperature, shock, collision, shockwave, among many things. And all this without a scratch. Omni-Man proves much more resistant. Now in speed it's over. Omni-Man is light years away. Just to start, Omni-Man flew from Earth to Thraxa in 1 week. And Thraxa is said to be in the Virgo galaxy, or rather Virgo supercluster, and that's far as fuck. Like many light years from here, you don't understand. Besides, Mark Grayson is faster than Viltrumite ships and the coalition that fly at light speed and superior speeds. And guess what? Nolan is as fast or faster than his son. So here it's proven, Metro Man wasn't faster than light. Omni-Man was indeed faster than light. Besides, when Metro Man runs, he casts a shadow. If he's faster than light, this wouldn't happen. So realistically speaking, Metro Man would be a very easy opponent for Nolan. Especially because if Red Rush is equivalent to Metro Man in speed and Omni-Man reacted to him, yes, Omni-Man would react to Metro Man and defeat him easily, debunking the idea that Metro Man is the god of speed of the Supermans. Well, that was the video, guys. I'll be stopping here, okay? Yeah, this was the first part of our Metro Man vs Invincible series. Well, I hope you liked the video, and if so, give likes and subscribe to the channel.